President Trump, and the future of the GOP, invoking our first Republican president, Abraham Lincoln, to tackle the formidable challenges ahead. We are all products of our experience. I'm no different. This book reflects over 50 years of experience from the School of Hard Knocks. I grew up in a working-class family in upstate New York, the oldest of a family of 4 children raised in the Irish Catholic tradition. Not surprisingly, given our background, my parents were Democrats. All of our family had been Democrats since arriving from the old country. I was the first Republican for reasons I will explain later. I enlisted as a private in the infantry of the New York Army National Guard in 1981 at the age of 17, motivated to protect and defend this cherished way of life. I made the transition from enlisted man to officer through the ROTC program at nearby Siena College, a small Catholic college, and went on to serve 24 more years in the regular Army. Like nearly everyone in the military over that period, I served multiple combat tours, 4 to be exact, in the Middle East, a NATO peace enforcement deployment in the Balkans, a humanitarian relief operation in Haiti, and a counter-drug operation in the southwestern United States. 2 great Americans, battle-hardened paratroopers Sergeant Chris Buzateri and Staff Sergeant Zachary Wobbler, were killed in Iraq while serving under my command in the 82nd Airborne Division. I will tell their story of courage and sacrifice. Dozens more were wounded in action, including some grievously. I was wounded myself, fortunately not seriously, while leading these brave paratroopers. Like our brothers and sisters before us in previous wars, none of us who served over there came home the same person. We were fundamentally changed by these experiences. Our country is still coming to grips with this reality in the midst of extensive efforts to help our veterans make the transition. In some ways, my military experience reinforced who I was from childhood. I am deeply spiritual and reflective. I believe fervently in American exceptionalism, and I remain grateful, thankful that I was born American. I feel as if I won the lottery. By birthright, a recipient of the American dream. I have lived that dream. My combat experience also informed and significantly influenced my actions for 6 years as a member of the U.S. House of Representatives. Throughout that time, I was a committed and passionate voice for reform. I'm not wearing rose-tinted glasses. I see the problems that exist in our country today. As a U.S. representative, I listen carefully to my constituents. I understand their concerns and know their deep desire for change. Many Americans feel that our political system is rigged for moneyed interest and those with political connections to the nation's elite. Ordinary American citizens believe this system no longer works for them. They are right. It is past time to drain the swamp. We must fight for change that restores founding principles and promotes a flourishing life for all Americans. I've written this book to help in that cause, explaining how we can promote and secure liberty and reform the economy so that it works for everyone, including working-class families like the one I grew up in. Influenced by the founders, I'm a strong believer in government of the people, by the people, for the people. We were never intended to have a permanent political class. Accordingly, I self-imposed term limits and recently completed my time in Congress. Still, I remain passionate about our nation and want to help us find our voice to rally this great nation so that the 21st century is our best century yet. Toward that end, I appreciate your willingness to listen to this book and hope that you will keep faith in our exceptional way of life and join me in fighting for this worthy cause. Completed in Kinderhook, New York on the 1st of June, 2017. Chapter 1. Practice Peace Through Strength. The High Personal Cost of Freedom. In many ways, Army Sergeant Chris Buzateri was a typical paratrooper. An adventurous, avid outdoorsman from upstate New York, Chris exuded confidence, competence, and enjoyed life. He was a good soldier. As a battalion commander in the 82nd Airborne Division, I had approximately 900 of these dedicated Americans organized under my charge in Iraq. I became acquainted with Chris in the fall of 2004 as our battalion was intensively training for possible deployment to Iraq when we assumed the Division Ready For status around Thanksgiving. Chris walked up to me in the chow hall one day to ask about my earlier experiences in the 10th Mountain Division, a unit stationed at Fort Drum near Watertown, New York, approximately 3 hours from Chris's hometown of Painted Post. Chris was interested in being posted closer to home, where he could hunt.